Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are group 5. We will present about written language in discourse analysis. So the group member are me, Nanda Adatne, Esaltiva Malasari, Arina Amelia Hakwe, Hanina Numareta, and Rizky Lutfia. Written language is natural according to Chenskis 2000. That the word originally meant detention one function may come to utilize for another function. History of written language system, archaeological finding indicate that the first known writing system was used at about 3500 BC in summer in Mesopotamia, a region in present-day southern Iraq. So, and Choi 99 and Gap 74 believe among scholars that writing system emerged in China and among the Mayas very close in time. Mesopotamian script were primarily logosyllabic, where the Egyptian hieroglyphs were logo-consonantal. The history of written language system is marked by the development of variant script and the writing system across different regions and cultures, from the early logosyllabic and logo-consonantal system in Mesopotamia and Egyptian to the modern use of the computer mediated communication and the global impact of English. Written language systems have played crucial role in human communication and cultural development. This is the picture of symbol and meaning. There are monoconsonantal signs, biconsonantal signs, triconsonantal signs, ideographic signs, and then next slide the symbol of Egyptian and Semitic. So next slide we will present that by Laisal Tibawi Malasari.
Is written language natural as spoken language? Phonology, morphology, and syntax are examined for naturals. In written language, orthography takes the place of phonology. The syntactical properties of written sentences are far more formal than those of spoken language. Written language are natural as spoken language is a topic of ongoing debate among linguists and researchers. While there are some similarities between the two, there are also significant differences that affect the naturalness of written language. Similarities, orthography, and phonology. In written language, orthography takes the place of phonology, which means that the written form of words and sentences is designed to convey the same meaning as spoken form. This similarity helps maintain the naturalness of written language. Canonic principle that impose constraint on orthographic structure of alphabetic writing system. There are grapheme, morpheme, correspondence, next grapheme, morpheme, correspondence, and the last position, frequency, and neighborhood letter effect. This is a foundation of alphabetic writing system where the relationship between written letters and spoken sound is systematic and predictable. Number 1. Grapheme, morpheme, correspondence. This principle extends the grapheme-morpheme correspondence by considering the relationship between graphemes and morphemes, smallest units of meaning in a word. Number 2. Position, frequency, and neighborhood letter effect. This principle refers to the way letters are arranged and the effect this has on the spelling and pronunciation of words. For example, the frequency of letters in a word and the letters that surround them can influence how easily a word is read and spelled. Writing becomes important when some kind of permanent record of fact, information, or ideas is needed. Written text is more appropriate to serve other social functions. This is particularly crucial in academic, professional, or historical contexts where a written record is necessary for future reference or to convey complex information to others. Written text is more appropriate to serve other social functions such as communication, education, or documentation, as it provides a lasting speech and writing. Are talking and writing just different ways of saying the same thing? And is written text the same as talk written down? A writer's position is quite different, but some of the differences. The first one is the readers of the text are somewhere else in time or space. And then they may not even be in the same town or country or continent as the writer. And then the writer may not know anything much about their audience and the readers. And then the act of writing is quite deliberate. Writers review, edit, censor, and reward their writing. Then the last, the written text has little or no connection with the space it is being written in, unless it is a personal letter between, say, a parent and child. And then differences between spoken and written language. The first one is spoken language. Speech is universal. Everyone learns to speak our first language in the first few years of life. Speaking is a universal skill, as everyone learns to speak a first language during early childhood. And then the spoken language has dialect variation. Different regions and communities may have a variation in their spoken language, known as dialect. And then speakers use their voices, pitch, stress, and rhythm, and bodies, gestures, facial expression to help convey their meanings. And then speakers use pauses and intonation. Speakers use pauses and changes in intonation to convey emphasis, emotion, or to structure their speech. And then speakers pronounce words. Proper pronunciation of words is important for effective communication in spoken language. And then speaking is usually spontaneous and unplanned. Speaking is often spontaneous and unplanned, especially in informal conversation. And then a speaker speaks to a listener who is right there, nodding or frowning, interrupting or questioning. Speakers engage with their listeners who provide feedback through gestures, expression, interruptions, or questions. And then speech can have a lot of repetition. The speaker can pause, offer to start again, rephrase without losing the meaning of the utterance. Speakers may repeat themselves, pause the rephrase, or offer to start again to ensure understanding without losing the meaning of their message. And then, and the last, speakers use simple sentences connected by a lot of ands and pause. Spoken language often consists of simple sentences connected by conjunctions like and or but. Thank you. And next will be presented by Haninda Nurmareta.
My name is Haninda Nurmareta, and I would like to present about written language. First is that everyone learns to read and write the same language because different cultures and countries use different language. For instance, children in France learn to read and write French, while children in Japan learn to read and write Japanese. Next, written language follows specific rules for grammatical and spelling that are widely accepted. This standardization helps ensure that everyone who reads the text can understand it, regardless of where they are from. And then, unlike spoken language, where tone of voice, special expressions, and gestures help convey meaning, readers must rely entirely on words to communicate their ideas. This means choosing words carefully to make sure the intended message is clear. And readers use punctuation marks like
periods, commas, question marks, and etc. to help structure their writing and clarify meaning. Punctuation indicates pauses, stop, and the emotional tone of the sentences. And then next is correct spelling is important in writing because misspelled words can confuse readers or change the meaning of a sentence. Writing also involves forming letters and words legibly so they can be easily read. And then most writing is a deliberate process. Writers plan what they want to say and often receive their work multiple times to improve, clarify, and coherence. And then when writing, the reader typically does not receive immediate feedback from the readers. And then since the reader cannot immediately clarify or explain further and the reader does not understand, it is crucial to be clear, interesting, and accurate in the first attempt. This helps ensure the reader stays engaged and comprehends the message. Next, writing tends to be more formal than speaking. It follows a logical flow with a clear beginning, middle, and end, and avoids unnecessary digressions. This structured approach helps the reader follow the argument or narrative more easily. And last is written language often uses more complex sentence structures and connecting words such as however, therefore, in addition to link ideas and provide a smooth flow of information. These elements help create a cohesive and coherent text. Each of these points highlights the unique aspects of writing that distinguish from spoken language. And next, I would like to talk about lexical density. Lexical item or content word is a technical term in linguistics that refers to sets of vocabulary or content words that the way they cluster together in different texts. In lexical items, there are 4 aspects such as nouns, verbs, including phrasal verbs, some adverbs, and last is adjective. And then in grammatical item, the article use a and the. And then pronouns he, she, you, and me. Next is prepositions in, beside, and under. And then conjunctions and, because, and while. And next is some adverbs is used usually and often. And then infinite verbs such as have, was, is, as in have eaten, was running, and etc. And then written text often include a higher proportion for words that carry specific meanings, known as lexical items or content words. These words are essential for conveying the main ideas and information in a text. In summary, lexical items are crucial in written text as they carry the core meanings that convey the reader's message. They are specific information with words that provide the essential details and concept within a sentence. The next slide will be presented by Rizky Lutfia.
Okay, thank you, Aninda. We'll read the slides from slide 16 until slide 18. So the slide 16 is we can find out the compare the lexical density between written text by using another kind of formula to the one above. These are the steps involved. The first is count the number of clauses in a text. The second is count the number of lexical items in the text. And then third is divide the number of lexical items by the number of clauses. The last one is this gives us the relative lexical density of the text. So I will give the explanation about four steps that I already said. The first is about count the number of clauses in a text, is identify the number independent and dependent clauses in the text. This can be done by analyzing the sentence structure and identifying the main and subordinate clauses. And the second is about count the number of lexical items in a text, is count the total number of words in a text. This includes all the words, including function words, content words, and punctuation. And the third is define the number of lexical items by the number of clauses, is divide the total number of words, lexical items, by the number of clauses in the text. And the fourth, this gives us the relative lexical density of the text. The resulting value represents the relative lexical density of the text. This can be used to compare the lexical density of different texts. And then the next slide is, what do you think? What do you think? Speaking is faster than writing? Reading is faster than writing? Speaking is faster than reading? Typing is faster than speaking? Speaking is many times faster than writing. So I will give the explanation about that. The first is about speaking is faster than writing. That means this is supported by the fact that spoken language is generally faster than written language. And the second is reading is faster than writing. That means that reading is faster than writing due to the brain's ability to process written text more quickly than it can generate written text. And the third is about speaking is faster than reading. That means that speaking is faster than reading because speaking involves the simultaneous processing of the both of. And the third is about speaking is faster than reading. That means that speaking is faster than reading because speaking involves the simultaneous processing of the both of production and comprehension of language, whereas reading involves primarily the comprehension of written text. And then the fourth is about typing is faster than reading. That means that typing is generally faster than speaking because it involves the use of a mechanical or electronic device to facilitate the production of written text, whereas speaking relies solely on the human vocal apparatus. And then the fifth is about speaking many times is faster than writing. That means that this is supported by the fact that spoken language is generally faster than written language. And the next slide is about conclusion. Written language becomes the way to put the idea on the text, use the term of language. The written need to consider with social environment and the standard of language use.